We begin with the Joker in the heart of Gotham. The clown is heading toward a car in a parking lot. He looks genuinely happy, smiling widely. The product he's holding in his hand was manufactured according to his exact specifications. Joker knows it. This is the most ridiculous thing he's ever seen in his life, and he loves it. Now he has to take it to Ace Chemicals. And yes, the driver can take the long way. As he rides through the city in his limousine, watching Gotham completely in ruins, Joker asks the driver what his name is. The driver's name is Abe. Joker then asks him if he's a local, a child of Gotham, or an immigrant. Abe says he's lived here his whole life. Well then, this must feel nice for you, huh? Joker says, seeing the city wake up like this, it's as if it's been pretending to be something it's not for a very long time. He reminds Abe of the gravel on the street as he walked home, never knowing if it would be a cop or a thief who'd rob him. Just different uniforms. But in the end, both were the same. Joker tried to change that. He tried to rip apart the corruption and make people believe in something selfish and strange. The childish fantasy of justice infected this city, drained it of its dark life and danger. It turned Gotham into a cartoon, and the Bat bought into the lie. He never saw Gotham's twisted, rotten, starving face, desperate to swallow you whole. Batman thinks it's his city. He built this illusion, bought this version of Gotham to give it a massive dream, to make it forget what it truly is. But it's always been Joker's city. He knows Gotham doesn't care how many people live or die. It doesn't care about good or evil. It only wants to obey no one's rules. It just wants to be free. It wants to hurt people. It wants to be dangerous again. Sometimes Joker thinks that the poison that bleached his skin seeped into his brain and infected him with Gotham's dark, festering spirit, that he's haunted by the ghosts of the dead, that he's their messenger. He's here to remind Batman that this city doesn't belong to the Bat. Joker knows this is all complete madness. But that's the point. He's making everything just a little more dangerous again. After driving through the streets, Joker finally arrives at Ace Chemicals. It's good to be home again. Suddenly, someone contacts him. He was beginning to think she was dead. But what's that noise in the background? Oh, nothing important. Just the sound of Joker killing the driver. The question is, how did Punchline's meeting go? Joker's new girlfriend tells him it went badly. They overwhelmed her. She thought Batman would be out of commission by now, but they left her tied up for the police. That means she's been working for hours. Punchline apologizes. She wanted to do more. For Joker, this means they're ready for the final act. The streets are already in chaos, but now it's time to put some chemical practice into motion. It seems his toxins are on their way to finishing the job. He's going to clean things up around here, and he wants those theaters packed right now. Punchline warns him that the Bat will come for him. Joker knows, and that's what makes it fun. Punchline needs to tell the clowns it's time to start their game. He'll pay 1,000 for every corpse they bring him, and if it's a Bat, he'll tell them it's 1,000,000. It's not a war without a little mass murder, he says. Punchline asks if he isn't worried. Joker says he's not at all. He knows exactly where Batman is and what he's going to do next. He just needs to put on his new suit. Meanwhile, we cut to the Bat, who has gathered with the Bat family. Joker knows him. He knows this will be his next move. He's forced Batman's hand. Joker wanted him too scared to put them out in the field, but he did it anyway. So now there's no other choice. Batman is actually glad they're all here. He should have done this from the start, brought them to the front lines when all of this began. This past year has been tough, but he believes he's seeing clearly for the first time in a long while. He regrets not being better, but he must be, and he will be. Right now, though, his city is drowning in chaos. Joker is using everything Batman has built to devastate Gotham, and things will only get worse from here. Batwoman and the Gotham City Police Department have already raided Wayne Enterprises. That will cut off Joker's new supply of vehicles and weapons. Lucius Fox has been rescued, but they've barely scratched the surface of what still needs to be done. At this moment, Gotham's theaters are filling up with people. Joker plans to project a film for the city, and then kill them all. He needs to be stopped, and the violence in the streets must end. It's a lot to ask, but Batman knows he can trust them all to take back the city. Dick Grayson then asks him where he's going. Batman tells them that Joker is at Ace Chemicals. He's going there, and once and for all, he's going to put an end to all of this. Harley says she's going with him. That way she can kill Joker. Batman tells her that's not going to happen. Harley asks why the hell not. That's the reason she came here. Batgirl points out they don't have time for this. While they're arguing, someone in the distance begins launching missiles. This little clown thinks he'll buy an island with Batman's head. Orphan and Spoiler appear behind him. He's not going to do any such thing. Batgirl says more clowns are coming. They know the team is out in the field, and they can't all stay here together. She wants to get to the clock tower. She can coordinate from there. Nightwing can lead on the battlefield, taking down as many clowns as possible along the way. Dick tells Bruce he has to go. They'll have the city under control. Batman will do it. But first, he says he needs to change his clothes. He picked this up from one of the micro caves belonging to Wayne Enterprises. He thinks this suit will look better on him. And honestly, it's good to bring it back. Dick agrees, but there's one part of all this that Bruce hasn't mentioned. Does he still have the Wayne fortune? What are they going to do about that? Well, first they're going to take down Joker, and then they can worry about the money. Meanwhile, we cut to Catwoman. She's recruited the Riddler and the Penguin. The building they've arrived at is completely hideous. The problem is, not everything can be question marks or icebergs. Catwoman pulled them out of their safe house and brought them straight into the heart of all this danger. Cobblepot trusts that she has a plan. Selina begins to explain Graves, Willock, and Crane, the legitimate front for the middleman and his corrupt money laundering operation. That's their target. Penguin tells her part of that money is his, but if he listens to everything Catwoman is saying, he's about to get a lot more. That's exactly what Penguin is hoping for, and the reason he came. What about Eddie? Is he ready? The Riddler just saw a man wearing a clown mask blow his arm off with a Molotov cocktail. If this turns out to be worth it, he thinks he might finally be ready to retire somewhere warm. Meanwhile, we see the Bat arrive at Ace Chemicals. Joker's limousine is parked outside. It's an open field for Batman to advance, until Harley Quinn suddenly steps in his way and shoots him in the shoulder. Batman demands to know what the hell she's doing here. There's a reason Harley keeps saving the Bat's life. It seems he still hasn't understood the point, the bigger picture. It's time for her story to end. Batman tells Harley he knows he can't let that happen and grabs her by the throat. Harley says that's not good enough. Not anymore. He should have let the toxin do its job. She thought he'd finally opened his eyes and realized what needed to be done. Batman knows him just as well as she does. He'll always come back. And even if Batman defeats him today, what's next? How long will Gotham give him before he starts building again? How many more punchlines does he want him to create? She knows she can kick his ass and take his stuff if she wants. Here's the deal she's making. If she kills him, she's going to pull the trigger and kill him right there. And she doesn't care about his stupid code or any of that. And if he gets away with killing all those people, Gotham's citizens will see him as the one standing in line to pull the trigger. She's going to take him down. Batman stands in front of her and tells her no. Harley tells him to stop her then. Hit her hard and make sure she doesn't get up to finish the job herself. This can't be like all the other times. This story needs to change. It needs a real ending. Batman doesn't say a word to her. He simply walks away. The Bat enters Ace Chemicals. He has a message for Joker. This is over. They'll have the city back within a few hours, and Joker will be behind bars long before that. So he needs to do whatever it is he's going to do, make whatever move he plans to make, because Batman is ready. Suddenly, Alfred appears in front of him and asks if this is real. He dug himself out of the backyard. He knows he must still have a lot to say to Bruce after losing him the way he did. You know, he says, I didn't treat the dead so well back at Monarch, but this one I've been saving for the end. Batman tries to convince himself that none of this is real. And while all of this is happening between Batman and Alfred, Joker appears behind him, pointing a gun at his head. He has to see him, he promised. He's not ready for any of this at all, because Joker has taken Batman's new armor, modified it, and is now using it against him. Meanwhile, we're at the top of the clock tower. Barbara boots up the computer. She needs eyes everywhere. They're going to have to lock onto every clown in the city. She needs every CCTV system, traffic camera, and cell phone data they can get their hands on. They must use the back door to bring the Bat computer online and generate a map of the city, marking every single location. But first things first, any Bat vehicle currently in enemy hands. It's time to activate the fall of the Bat protocol. Shut them all down. Override police dispatch. Start directing officers to areas with the highest clown density. It's time for everyone to know that Oracle is back online. Barbara reaches out to everyone in Gotham. "This is the voice of Oracle," she says. She's here to tell them what they already know, what the city has refused to admit because of the terrible web of money and corruption paralyzing the mayor and Gotham's institutions. This city is under attack by the Joker. Every movie theater has been turned into a death trap. They must not go out. They need to lock the doors. She's hacking the emergency broadcast frequency to send a message to every cell phone with a special line. If they're in danger, they need to contact them. She heard that the bat signal is still in storage after the Gotham City Police Department's relocation to their new headquarters. But bats don't need a light in the sky to help them. Street by street, they're going to take this city back. Elsewhere, Commissioner Bullock receives some news. The mayor's office wants him to order the shutdown of Oracle's system. Bullock scoffs. There are lunatics in clown masks setting the city on fire. Why would the mayor want him to do that? All this time, the police department thought they could do better working from the inside. He wonders what Jim Gordon would do right now if he were here. Well, here's what he's going to do. Throw down his badge and his gun. That's the response of former Commissioner Bullock. The department has been ordered to stand down. They've been told that defying City Hall will cost them their badge and their weapon. But he doesn't need a badge or a gun to do what's right. He's got his radio, and he's going to follow Oracle wherever she is to help the people. So now, most of the officers have to decide right now. Do they want to be police officers in this twisted city, or do they want to do what's right? Oracle contacts Nightwing and tells him it's good to see him again, especially if he's wearing that blue and black suit. What Nightwing wants to know is whether Barbara has any message for the big guy. Oracle says not yet, but she bets he's got his hands full right now. We cut back to Joker, who is now wearing Batman's latest armor. Joker asks Batman if he doesn't like the outfit. He thought Batman loved his butler, didn't he? Batman tries to remind himself that this Alfred isn't real, that Joker is just messing with his head. He knows it's not going to work. Once the bat hits the ground, he throws a batarang to disarm Joker. Joker asks if he really hates guns. Isn't that right? He used to think it was just because Batman was boring, but now he's starting to understand. It's amazing how many explosives can fit into Batman's little toys. And if Batman isn't afraid to spend some money, Joker will give it back to him. "Why don't you take a closer look at my upgrades?" he mocks. Batman manages to dodge, but the shot hits one of the containers, spraying chemicals everywhere. Alfred and Batman pull back. It's time to contact Oracle. Batman needs reinforcements. Joker has taken Alfred's body and weaponized it. He needs to get him out of here. Joker arrives and asks if Batman is calling for help. "That's cheating," he says. This part is supposed to be just the two of them, along with lots of very expensive toys. As Batman tries to communicate with Oracle, Joker seizes the moment and drives a blade into his back. Batman, furious, tells him to shut up as he lands a powerful punch that makes Joker bleed. To Joker, this is incredible. Finally, there's Batman's spirit. But it's still not enough. See, he's been thinking a lot, and he believes it's time for this city to have a new Caped Crusader. He's got the suit, the money, and even the butler. Maybe he'll throw Batman into one of those vats, so he can become Joker's Batman. Doesn't that sound fun? He sneers. Role reversals are in style. Batman cuts the lights. Joker complains that it's not fair, but fine. Of all people, he should know that bats can see in the dark. Joker is currently wearing a bat suit, which doesn't do him much good when Batman smashes him with a blow that shatters the armor. "You're not a bat," Batman growls. Joker doesn't care. He's going to try another approach. You know, his favorite part, explosives. Elsewhere, Punchline is watching all of this. The factory wasn't supposed to explode. They're not ready. That was supposed to be the next step. She needs information from the clowns on the streets. They have to give her a head count. Is there anything they can report? To Punchline's surprise, no one answers, and she angrily smashes her phone. She makes another call. Everything ended much sooner than she expected. She's sorry. She thought she'd be able to push things a little further. But she remembers the plan and tells him she loves him. She will never stop believing in him. Nightwing appears in front of Punchline. "I know a song that goes like this," he says. "First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Nightwing. We haven't met. Or well, not really. He's been out of the city for a while. Either way, Punchline is going to prison tonight, and she's going to stay there for the rest of her life." Punchline refuses to go down easily and attacks Nightwing first. It's time to bet on whether she's going to prison or not. Nightwing lands a heavy punch on her. She's no longer fighting someone who's forgotten a lifetime of training. That's over. Punchline's men come up behind him. "This blue boy's gonna have to forgive me," she sneers, because the odds just changed. Well, not exactly. Because the Bat family has arrived as Nightwing's backup. Barbara tells everyone to make this quick. They're needed downtown. They're still hearing reports of clowns in 16 theaters. But she's picking up some interference on the radio. They're not getting their money. Maybe they know it's over, or at least that it's finished. Nightwing asks Barbara who she thinks stole the fortune back. Oracle knows Nightwing's head is in the right place, but she thought he was trained by the world's greatest detective. Doesn't he know who was behind all of this? It was Catwoman. She tells her love that it's time to end this war. Oracle contacts Batman. There's a jammer on his radio, but she's managed to override it. That's the best she can do from here. He can't speak to her, but he should be able to hear her. They've secured the tanker trucks. Most of the clowns are going down. Punchline will be captured in a matter of minutes. In the meantime, he has to deal with Joker. That's the only way this can end. Batman rises to his feet. His family has already taken the city back, and Joker will not get his war. Joker asks if Batman doesn't understand. He missed the war, and he won. Batman should be smart enough to have figured that out by now. They're already living in the aftermath. His little brats are just rummaging through the rubble of a new city. They just don't see it yet. It would have been a great joke to finish the job, to show them the sad face of their Dark Knight. But really, this is about the two of them, right here. It's about this suit. The suit he was supposed to wear when he finally saved Gotham once and for all. Whatever future he dreamed of, where was he going to wear this bright new suit? It's gone. Everything is gone for Bruce. What did he imagine? Retiring? Spending long hours in the mansion with Robin's and Robin's grandchildren at his feet? If that ever happened, this wouldn't be Gotham anymore. That's what Joker wanted him to understand. This city doesn't want him. This city is sick of him, and of all the ways he's failed. He tried to make it look like a nice place, but it isn't. It's an angry city, a hungry city, a dangerous city. Now everyone knows Wayne Enterprises, that they're not here to help them. Batman kicks Joker and sends him flying. Joker gets back up. The Wayne family is a broken system, just like Gotham City Hall or the police department. Nobody has faith in anything anymore. And why should they? It didn't stop a bunch of clowns from flying a bat plane through a window. And Batman didn't stop it either. Batman never needed to prove to this city that he's Bruce Wayne, so they could see what he really is. Anyway, that's enough talk. And as Joker said earlier, this is going to be his last war. Because he's going to kill Batman once and for all. Joker is about to finish off the bat when suddenly someone arrives. It's Harley Quinn, and she shoots Joker in the eye. Harley greets Mr. J. It's been a long time since she's seen him. She's been using his mugshot as a target for practice for a while now. But she has to admit, that was very cathartic. Despite the shot she just fired, it wasn't fatal. Harley didn't want to kill him. What they're going to do is play a little game. And Batman will have to make a choice. These bombs are going to explode in just a few seconds, and he's going to have to trust her, along with the rest of the heavy artillery. Harley really didn't want to do any of this, but Batman was losing. Batman tells her no, he wasn't. He was calling the family. They're on their way here right now. The longer he keeps Joker talking, the more time he'll have. He doesn't want things to end like this. Joker needs to be locked up again. Harley tells him he's talking to the wrong girl if he thinks it isn't dangerous to lock Joker back up in Arkham. Like she said, that's not good enough for her. Not anymore. Harley gives Batman a choice. He has to decide what kind of Gotham he wants. Does he want one where Joker knows he can get away with it? One where he'll always be forgiven? Or does he want to change the game? He's only going to reach one of them in time. So, who will it be? Harley or Joker? Joker loves something so unpredictable. She still has that old fire in her. Batman tells Joker that if he was smart enough to pick the pockets of the next generation of Batsuits, then the bomb can be disarmed. Joker tells him no, that's not how this works. He's going to have to save himself. He's not going to risk dying and let the body of his butler twist and rot with him. Batman walks away. Joker begs him to come back. He doesn't have to walk away from him, but it looks like Batman is going to do it. Suddenly, Alfred's body begins to move toward Joker, and then all that's seen is an explosion. 1 week later, Harley wakes up in a hospital. Harley knows that if they're both here, then is Joker dead? Batman found her bomb intact, disarmed just in time using tools he'd stolen from the Batsuit he was wearing. There's been no sign of Joker since. Despite everything that's happened, Batman tells her that it's all been important, because everything looks so different now. The city has changed so much. Batman is genuinely glad Harley is okay. But Harley asks if he is. Bruce had to bury his father again today. He did it with his family. He once told her that a fight with Joker is a fight against death itself, and that the real fight is to live, to keep going. And he's ready for that fight. Everything he's lost, he doesn't know if he ever needed it. And what comes next will be difficult. But he believes he can face it head on. He believes he can be a better man, a better Batman. Meanwhile, somewhere else, someone has noticed the mess Bruce has made. What a mess he's made. His teachers would be ashamed of him. He thinks it's time for his city to choose its new protector. The truce is over. It's time for Gotham to meet Ghostmaker. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Batman approaches Clown Hunter. He knows everything the boy has been doing during Joker's war. His name is Bao Pham, and his parents were murdered by the Joker 5 years ago. The reason he put on that mask. But exactly when did he feel that motivation? Well, it was on the third night, when he heard one of them bombing a shop down the street. That's when he had that moment, when he stopped believing that some guy in a bat costume was going to come and stop them. And that realization hit him hard. That same guy in the costume could have stopped all of this a long time ago. Before what happened to his parents. Before any of them. No matter what happens, Batman always ends up forgiving his enemies. Take the Joker, for example. Is he alive or is he dead? Batman has nothing more to say. He's only going to give Bao one warning. He will not allow him to take another life. He knows where he lives. He's already dismantled all of his weapons and explosives. This is the only warning he's going to give. He will not allow a clown hunter in this city, and he means it. In fact, he's giving him this card so he can seek help from Leslie. The Bat leaves, and for Clown Hunter, the idea of help actually sounds pretty good. Maybe when all of this is over. And finally, to close this story, we return to Gotham City. In a small restaurant, someone is eating. Everything that's happened is astonishing. Punchline was not arrested after proving she wasn't insane enough to be sent to Arkham Asylum, so she's under house arrest instead. The most surprising part is that Punchline released a video online in which she says we're going to hear her story. Why wasn't she imprisoned? Well, the judge says she didn't kill anyone, but she also didn't stop it from happening. She proved that she was an unwilling accomplice and a witness to Joker's crimes. If the city decides to lock her up forever, she says she'll understand. Back in the restaurant, a man wearing a hood says this trial is going to be a circus. And really, there's no better place for a clown. As he lights a cigarette, he exhales a puff of green smoke. The person who had shown him the news in the video says that it can't possibly be true. Suddenly, the man begins to struggle to the point of coughing up blood. While new things are unfolding in the city, he's going to take some time. He'll let the city set its broken bones into a new configuration. Either way, the man has already collapsed with a smile on his face. And the hooded figure will make sure he's presentable. That's good enough. All of this was nothing more than an introduction to the next Punchline comic, coming soon. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.